FC Dallas looks to rebound from last week's defeat in Montreal this week as they head to Kansas City to take on Sporting KC. How can they carry over their dominating performance in the final 30 minutes last week, and what's it going to take against a Sporting team that is unbeaten at home this season? We'll take a look next on Keys to the Match, driven by Toyota. In the final 30 minutes of Saturday's game, FC Dallas was firing on all cylinders. Matt Hedges scored his first of the season in the 77th minute, and FCD kept fighting, putting up 12 shots in the final half hour of the game against the Impact. What's it going to take to carry that performance into Kansas?
Well, that is the positive, is that they could have scored 5 or 6 times in that last 30 minutes, but the lesson for FC Dallas is they need to bring that level of urgency from the first minute rather than just when they get scored upon. We've seen it a couple times in the last 3 or 4 games where getting scored on was that wake-up call for the team, and they were great after that, but in a tough environment like Sporting Kansas City, you have to bring it from the first minute.
The MLS Western Conference is a logjam at the top right now, with all 10 teams separated by just 8 points and the top 7 teams separated by just 4 points. Before we take a look at this Sporting team, how important are these games against Western Conference opponents?
Well, they're absolutely huge, and like you said, 8 points from top to bottom. These are the types of games that decide whether you're in the playoff hunt at the end of the year or whether you're challenging at the top spots like FC Dallas wants to be. All you have to do is look at the standings. If Sporting Kansas City wins on Friday, they'll be tied with FC Dallas on points, whereas if FC Dallas wins, they're 6 points above Sporting, a huge gap. So every single game of these last 4 road games, which are all against Western Conference opponents, are going to be absolutely huge for FC Dallas.
Now, as we turn our eyes to the opponent, Sporting KC has been decimated by injuries all season long, but they are unbeaten in their last 5 games, including on Saturday in a 0-0 draw in Seattle against the Sounders. Sporting KC now returns home to a place where they're sporting an undefeated record so far this season.
Yeah, and they've been very, very impressive, especially over the last week. To get a draw in Seattle is always difficult, and then they defeated a very good New England team at home last Wednesday. And where they're really finding a lot of success is playing through Benny Feilhaber. He's leading MLS with 7 assists, and don't look now, but forward Dom Dwyer is starting to heat up as well with 3 goals in his last 4 games. So for FC Dallas, this is a potential playoff matchup that we could see at the end of the season, and they're going to have to be at their best in a place where they got a result last season.
Friday's match will be shown nationally on Unimos, and you can visit mlssoccer.com/SAP for details on how to get English commentary, or you can tune into the radio broadcast on 100.7 FM The Word with Steve Davis. For our Spanish listeners, catch the radio broadcast on 1270 AM La Voz del Pueblo with your host, Carlos Alvarado. Well, that does it for this week. For the Keys to the Match, driven by Toyota, I'm Carter Baum.
And I'm Daniel Robertson. We'll see you next week.